Okay, this is a digital programmable thermostat supplied by AM UFH Limited. It's quite a very simple thermostat to program and use. The connections, electrical connections, it does have a switch live and it also has a no volt switch, but that's for the qualified electrician to sort that out. Now as for programming it, with the thermostat switched off, if you hold down the program button for 5 seconds, it takes you into the programming mode. Now this is the parameters. You shouldn't really need to muck about with these once they're set, but there are 3 parameters that you need to check when you first put it on, because if it comes up with ER2, that means that it's looking for a floor probe, and it's in the parameters I'll show you, it's looking for a floor probe, and we need to set that so it's just on in, which means it's just using the air sensor and not the floor probe as well. Obviously if you're using the floor probe, then you want it on all, which will use the air sensor and the floor probe, or if you've got it on out, it will just be using the external sensor, which could be the floor probe or an air sensor if you was having a separate air sensor in a bathroom, say. So we're 5 seconds. So the first one we need to look at is program 5. You see the little number here, that's the program number. So if you look in your little booklet, see that. So program setting, I think it comes default set to 0, which means it's non-programmable. So if you were trying to program it, it wouldn't work. So we'll put it on 2, which gives us 5 weekdays and the weekend. So that's 5. Now we'll go to program number 9. Now 4 is for 2 different settings a day. So you've got wake, leave, return, and then go to bed. So that's 4. If you put that to 6, that gives you 3 different times a day. But for simplicity, for demo, I'm going to leave it on 4. That gives us 2 times. So we go back to number 9. So I'm going to leave this number at 4. Now we go to program number 10. That's the sensor. Now this, sometimes on default, it comes showing all. So it's looking for a floor probe as well, and then it will come up with an error 2, ER2 code. So you need to make sure that the program number 10 is on in. That's using the air sensor only, and that's the only parameters that you need to do. Now that's gone off, that's all set. So that's the parameters set. Now with the program, with the thermostat switched on, just change the time, push the clock button, that shows the time, and then to adjust the time, push the clock button again. You've got the minutes flashing, use the up and down keys to adjust, as you can see there. Push the clock button again, changes over to the hour, up and down to adjust, push it again, it changes the day, so the day will flash, so you change that, it's Thursday. So, and then push it again, that's it, job done. So now that's the time set. Now programming the actual times that you want it to come on and off. So with the thermostat on, we hold this program number for 5 seconds, program button. Now it's showing Monday to Friday flashing, which is good. So we push the program button again, and it's saying, oh, I must have done that twice. And let's just come out that, and we'll start that again just to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the Monday to Friday is flashing, which is good. So you want to push the program button. Now it's saying at 6 o'clock in the morning you'll see the sunlight. Sun. That means when you're getting up. You can change that for this is when it wants to come on in the morning. So you can change that to 6:30, say, default at 6 o'clock. Push the program button to set that. Now this is the temperature you want it to come up to. So the default is 21, I think. Again, you can change this to 20, 21, 22, whatever you want it to come up to. So we'll leave that on default. Push the program button again. Then you have a picture of a house with an arrow going out. So this is when you're going to work. So the default is 8 o'clock. You can change that to 8:30. Push the program button again. Now this is the temperature it will hold it at while you're at work. So you can change that. Some people don't want it to get too cold during the day. So whatever you want. 18, it's set, I think, default 16.5. So make that 17. Push the program button. Now there's an arrow coming in. So this is when you come back in from work. So if you want it to come on, default is 1800 hours. But if you want it to come on, say, at 5 o'clock, give it a chance to warm the house up before you get in. You change it to 1700. Push the program button again. It's telling it 21 degrees. Again, you can change that to suit. Push the program again. Now the default setting is 2200 and it's got a picture of a moon. So this is when you're going to bed. So if you're going to bed, you want it to switch off before you go to bed, probably. Depending on what time you go to bed, you might want it to switch down at 9 o'clock or 9:30. And then push the program again, and this is what it'll hold it overnight. Again, adjust it to suit. So it will keep it at that temperature overnight, so it just brings it up to temperature in the morning. And then once you've done, push the button again, and then you'll see Saturday and Sunday. And you do exactly the same process for the times for the weekend. Exactly the same as you did before. And then once you've done that, it's going back to the Monday to Friday. Just push the power button. It's all set. And that's as simple as that. Okay.